talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in, 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 tune in. This week in car audio. Yeah. Tune in. This week in car audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, guest host, Moses Martinez. What's going on, Moses?
What's going on, dude?
Hey,
I can barely hear.
You can what?
I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me? Oh,
Yeah.
sounds pretty...
There we go. All right, we're good.
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about that.
No problem. Hey, so why don't you talk a little bit about your experience this weekend?
Oh man, bro. First of all, just trying to get during the week, bro, was just nervous because I was more focused on trying to get there and making sure that everything was tested right, ready to go. And like I said, my air is already being aired out. But like I said, it was a little nerve-wracking, man, and I want to count. So when we went to World Finals and they had the double back-to-back, right? It was motion shows and then Fresno or Sacramento, right?
Yes.
Remember that? Okay,
Yes.
Is that considered 2 World Finals?
So, and say that again now?
Is that considered like attending 2 World Finals?
How do you figure? So I'm missing what you're saying here.
So you know how we went to motion shows and then you got a chance to win a ring there, and then we went to Sacramento and then we got a chance to win a second ring, right?
No, there was only one ring available.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember they did the back-to-back. You won a ring in motion shows and then you won a ring in Sacramento. Remember that?
No.
Yes, dude.
In previous years.
Yeah. Like in 2021, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Remember that. So that's what I was asking.
So one was a regional title, and one was a national ring. So we had 2 separate rings. But this year there was only one ring available, and it was for a world title.
World title.
Yes, sir. Because
all right, so this will be the third one then. So this would be my third World Finals. So what I was asking was.
Yes, got you.
Okay, all right, because I thought it's counted as 2 because I was like, fuck, I drove all the way to multiple shows and then we drove all the way to Sacramento for another round.
Yes. So you would have had to compete in both of those to win a world title that year. So there was a regional title and then a world title. So yes.
All right, sweet.
So
man. So yeah, just preparing was fun, dude. The venue was pretty badass. I mean, like I said, it reminded me when we was out there at muscle shows because it was inside. It had the big air conditioning, man, and dude, it was louder when you're louder when you're covered up,
Yeah, sometimes. So what were your about the venue? You enjoyed it. The after party was pretty cool. We got to hang out with some friends. So why don't you talk about that a little bit, where we were at and all that stuff.
Like what was that? What was it called? Tailgaters.
Tailgaters.
Yeah, yep. Tailgaters. That was pretty nice. I got in there. It was like probably I don't know if anyone remembers, but like a Tony Roma's. It was a pretty nice. They had the drinks were pretty reasonable, bro. Like I said, after I got my tab, I was like, oh, okay, all right, not bad. I mean, there wasn't a lot. The food was pretty good, man. I mean, considering everybody kept getting up the line, they were shorting up, bro. Until like finally, everybody sat down, was full. Then I got a shot at the line, bro. But the food was great, bro. What was that? Pulled pork, right? Sandwiches, and then.
There was hamburger sliders.
Yeah, and then they had a bunch of other stuff. I know we was sitting there, but me, by then I was already more ready to hang out and party, So,
yeah.
But it was great. Like I said, I'm just glad. Like I said, most of the people that attended all the DB drag shows showed up, and I just wish, like I said, the attendance. Well, I'm not even gonna say I wish. I'm just gonna say it should get better this year coming up. The season 2024 is gonna get more. I'm gonna say there's gonna be more attendance and shit, So.
Yep.
But I had a great time, man. Like I said, everybody had a great time, bro. I mean, Chet. I mean, I was pretty shocked he came out to Cali, man, and it seemed like he was having a good time. Because
Oh
the
no,
first time I met him, in
Chet
yeah,
was
in Lafayette,
definitely.
yeah, he was he looked really mad, dude, grumpy. So I was like, damn, this guy, he's rough, you know. And
He's rough.
yeah, the first time I met him, he was just, he was like, I was like, what's going on? He's like, what are you running? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna run 5K wall. And he's like, okay. Then he gave me the probe, gave me the meter, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, I don't know how to do this shit. And he goes, you should by now. I was like, all right. So then we went over there and he showed me, man. I was like, all right, cool, all right.
All
So,
right.
and then we ran some good numbers out there in Indianapolis. I was out there at Slam or whatever. Was it Slam? Yeah,
Oh, okay. So
Slamology.
that's the first time you met him was at Slam.
Yeah, at Lafayette up in Indiana. It was at a sound check over
Okay.
there with the RP Patel and all those guys. Hank.
Woody McDonald piping in there. Tiffany
So Woody,
from Bridgetown, Barbados. Arturo. He
so, hey
says
Arturo.
he needs some recones. East Coast, West Coast rings. Yes, that's what Chris was talking about. Um, Arturo says, "Open your eyes, Moses." Eric Hansen popping in. Tyler Archer from Canadian. They had fun. Spencer Stanilis, also from Canada, popping in there. Josh says the dinner was great. And yes, the sliders, pulled pork as well. Um, and he says, well, we are also focused on better attendance and more attraction for families for next year. I would agree. Speaking of, so our guest this week, Directronix Matt. You might have seen and gone against him in World Finals there, Moses. How's it going, Matt?
What's going on, Doug?
So, what was your final standings this year?
So Pro Stock No Limit, I came up a little bit short and had some technical difficulties, and so I came in second regional for Pro Stock No Limit, and then ended up going all the way to end on 149.9 and got the world champion. So that made up for it.
That's cool,
in
dude.
the
Hell yeah.
149.9. So, who did you go against in the 149.9 class?
Moses was first, and
And what happened there, Moses?
Oh man, it just, you know me, dude. I was getting ready, bro, and since last year I said no tie. I was like no tie, bro, and it was that 8-9, 9-8 back to back, up and down, up and down. I was like, man, I think I got this. And at the last, hey, bro, at the last minute, it seems like it's, when it says 0, it's like time stops, bro, and I could just, like, everything slows down, and I'm like, are we done? And I just see it say tie. I was like, oh damn. No, so I shut the car up, I jump out, and then right when I went to uncode my RCA's, it's got like zip ties in like certain sections. So I have the little cord for my little Pioneer coming out my USB, and it's I'm always taking that out of the glove box, putting it back in, taking it out. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave it right here. Well, and that's fair in the nick of time, bro. Just miraculously, dude, somehow it magnetized it or some shit. So when I went to grab it on and just let my cord uncoil, it stopped, bro. Like it stopped, and it pulled my hand back on the seat, and I was like, get the fuck out of here, bro. And I turned around, and it
the
went.
judge
It went
is
in
yelling
between.
at you about, hey, you
Yeah,
need to close your door.
went,
You need to close your door now. You need to close it.
bro. Hey, dude, and then right when I was like, you know what? And bro, you know those things are not cheap, bro. So I was like, screw it. I got the guy that built it right here. So if it malfunctions, screw it. So no lie, bro. I just yanked on it, and it unzipped just enough to where I got it up over the door. And then Doug said, 2 seconds. And hey, Doug, when you pushed the door, bro, it gave me a Charlie horse in my arm, bro. Hey, dude, that's why when I started, I went to turn the knob and I couldn't, dude. I was shaking and I was laughing. And then at the last minute, you just heard a car go, boom, boom, boom. And I was rolling, dude. I was like, freaking Doug, man. He freaked out. Give me a Charlie horse, dude. But at the last minute, dude, I went to go loop it, shut the door, and then boom, it hit my arm. I was like, but dude, for not being able to, or getting late start, I was pretty impressed, dude, because my volts were down, bro.
Yep.
I was down like to 12.6 volts, and it did
So
all right, man. But
Elton
like I said, it was.
Burkett says, "Hey Moses, he needs some of what you got." Jeffrey popping in real quick says, "Hey guys, on a pit stop right now. Another 4 more hours to get home." And then Joel popping in there with, "Hey Moses, let's discuss the Pankadow." But first, before we get going on into any of that stuff, I want to thank our sponsors for today's show. We got Voodoo Customs, we got eBox Install and Design. He's actually in the chat there, Eric Hansen, and Crossfire
Eric
Car
Hansen?
Audio. Yep. So Crossfire Car Audio, thank you guys for sponsoring today's show. So I want to make sure
Appreciate
I
it.
get that mentioned first. So Matt, when you saw it was a rerun or tie, so then reset and run again, and you're going against Moses, did you have to get out of your car?
No, I was sitting out the whole time. So I don't run in the car just because I don't want to ever have to get out of the car after having many runs. So I just always run out of the car. I mean, it's just simpler that way for me.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say that it smooths it out a little bit better when you're sitting in the car, and it's not as jumpy. So I'd rather just be in my chair on the outside. And actually, this time was the first time, ironically, that I've sat in a chair and base raced. I watched all of my teammates and everybody, they sit in a chair and base race, and I'm always standing up. And I just thought, for once, I'm going to sit down and enjoy it and try to stay calm.
No
and
shit,
so
dude. It worked, bro. It did work, man. Hey, that's back-to-back comeback.
It's a back-to-back.
Yeah, boy.
Back-to-back world championship? Oh, no, because last year was a combined world finals in Owensboro. So that would have been back-to-back world championships. Congratulations.
Yeah, last year my dust cap was rooting for him.
Chris Gregory posting in there says, Jeffrey Fernandez looked good in his shirt. We'll talk about that next week.
Oh, I got to see pictures of that, bro.
We'll talk about that next week. Paul
Tell him where next week.
Says, "What's up, fellas?" We'll talk about Jeffrey and his version of World Finals. So then were you surprised, Matt, when you saw Moses got a late start, or?
I didn't know what happened, but I just know that last year, so correct me if I'm wrong, Moses, but last year you were trying to qualify for 39.9, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you went over, and it put you into 49.9, and so so I didn't know if that's what had happened again, or you were actually going for 49.9 or what, but after the second run, or during the second run, whenever it was down, so I thought, well, maybe he's just got a low battery bank or something. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, Doug, give me a Charlie horse, dude.
Hey, man, the door has to be closed, right?
I know, man. I was lickety split because I was like, you're like, you could have got a DQ, man. I was like, sorry, man, sorry.
I really didn't want to give him a 0 for the run. Had to get that door closed, whether or not his system played, right?
Like, yeah.
So, Rosa popping in on the chat says, we have pictures to remember Jeffrey. So, hey, before we even get too far, man, I really want to thank Rosa, Mary, and Pau. And I mean, they did an awesome job of selling shirts and helping me get people checked into our venue. So, really huge thank you to Rosa, Mary, and Pal for getting that taken care of for us. They did a great, great job. So definitely want to say thank you to them for that. They were the in front of everybody, behind the scenes type people. They made it happen. Rosa helped find the spot for the competitor party. And to be honest with you, that was just as good as the spot that they had in Owensboro. A little smaller, but just as good. We had food outside. We had heaters going, for the people that were cold, because we had some people there from Mexico. They were a little cold. So,
There you go, cold.
Yeah, they were cold. Those guys are cold. They were sitting under the heater. And then we also had, like I said, but it was a good time. We had a lot of people there. We had a lot of fun. Got to talk some stuff. Something different we do out here, Matt, is we like to camp at World Finals, and the camp place, um, it the campsite, it was literally just outside the door. So it was
Oh wow.
maybe, how far would you say the campsite was? What, 200 feet, Moses, maybe?
Yeah, basically across the little creek there, and that was it.
Yeah, so there was our building with like a 1 lane road on that road, and then the creek, and then that was the campsite. That's how far
Oh
away it
yeah.
was. So,
I would say that how Owensboro was. You've got people that literally walk right next door to that Holiday Inn
yeah.
and stay right there. So I mean, yeah, we stayed a few blocks down the road because I don't know whether people know it or not, but man, it's like $100 difference a night if you just go like 3 blocks around the corner. So literally,
Yeah.
so it's yeah.
No, that's cool. Let's see here, Josh. Uh, oh, he said my assistance was great. Rosa says she was running all over the place, couldn't focus on her run. Just kidding. Um, Josh says he wants a rematch with Chris out of Kentucky. You're going to get your chance to do that. We're going to do a multi-venue thing again. Rosa's saying glad she can help. Nice little farm setup. Yeah, so where they were camping was kind of like a little farm setup. As a matter of fact, after the competitor party, they went back over to the campsite and they had the fight on. So they just had they put a projector on the side of the motorhome
Oh yeah,
and
down the pound.
Bluetooth
That was
it.
them guys.
Yeah, down to pound, just freaking put up the fight, and so they were hanging out, barbecuing, made some asada and some ceviche and stuff, and hanging out and just making, and having a good time.
Oh, the good stuff.
Um, let's see. Pop Tart says, "What's up?"
So Pop Tart.
Happy birthday, Pop Tart.
Oh yeah, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, amigo.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Pop Tart. Jose Ramos popping in there, says hello everybody.
Oh,
Dude, we would have
up,
loved
Jose?
to have Jose there to show some Cyclone love.
Cyclone.
Alicia Collins popping in with the what's up. Talking
Gotta
Pop
call my
Tart.
bartender. Rosita.
Rosita. It's empty. Get him a new one. So what was your experience and thoughts and all that on World Finals, Matt?
Man, Owensboro is actually a really nice venue. I mean,
It is.
it's Wayne.
Yeah, it is.
He went all out again. I mean, it was just a super nice setup. The stage, I mean, all the banners. He just does a really good job. I mean, he was literally the last one there. It's other than us working on cars and building new subs to put in and all that good stuff. The final stuff. And
Right.
he was the last one there, and we walked in at, I want to say 6 o'clock Sunday morning. He was already sitting up there, first one in there. Nobody else was there, so he just does a really good job with that venue, and it's just a nice place. And I mean, it's just lots of room, and I just really enjoy that venue.
No, it is a nice venue. Jose Ramos says next year he's going to be there. Him and his dad are going to build a demo wall and demo no wall again, he said. Anthony
write this down.
Martinez.
Hold on real quick.
Hey, what happened to your cousin?
Who, my cousin?
Yeah. Isn't that
Oh,
Anthony your
man.
cousin? Didn't he
Yeah,
qualify?
he's been. Yeah, but he's been he's the one that we're going to be godparents with, so they got a lot of stuff going on with the TCF.
Got you. So Paul asked, so next year at one venue or multi again? We don't know at the moment, but most likely it's gonna be multi venue, hopefully.
If not, we're bringing the East Coast, Kelly.
Anthony Martinez with the what's up, Armando?
What's up, baby? Yeah.
So, and then
Oh yeah,
Justin
man. What you
talking
know what
about
this dude? Come get the shoes.
Justin talking about Toys for Tots, which is going to be our next show, and I think that is going to be December 10th in Sacramento. So Matt, are you have any plans of coming out west to come see to one of our shows and check us out, or what?
Man, I would love to actually come out there. The furthest west that I've ever been in my entire life is Arkansas. So I've never even been out west. So
Kansas.
yeah, I would love to make a road trip one day. For real, it'd be fun.
Autorama. Next year.
So, oh, this is Jose Senior that's popping in there. It's not Junior. So, that's the dad, just so you guys know.
What's up,
Susie
Jose?
Noib says, evening, y'all. She's out of Canada. She's one of the Canadian ladies. That's actually her son competes. We had her son
Okay.
on the show a couple of weeks ago. Um, I would strongly suggest if you were going to make your way out here, one of two shows. I would say Surf City or Autorama.
Okay.
Autorama is a 5X weekend, so if you're looking for points, definitely 5X weekend. Surf City's a multi-org venue. It's really cool. They raise money for Angel something. Anyway, so it's something to do with prisoners' families, so that they
Yeah.
get a little something. But I think this year they raised like 30 grand.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, they're kind of sister cities. Yeah, and Rosa says it'd be great to have some East Coast guys over here on the West Coast. I know Pop Tart was talking about coming over. Um,
Pop Tart.
Justin says his birthday is December 9th. Oh, yeah, Rosa's inviting you. Come on up, Matt. But
Yeah.
like I said, Autorama is going to be May 5th, 4th and 5th. So Cinco de Mayo over here in
Okay.
Yeah.
California. Um, let's see, Pop Tart. Just need to have it in Texas where everyone can be at one venue. We like that Pop Tart, but dude, it's expensive to drive it all the way across country. I'm just saying.
The
Um,
multi-venue this year was, I'm sure that saved a lot of people a lot of time and money, and
yep.
honestly, it got everybody a chance to compete, and at first I was a little confused on how it was going to work because everybody was saying, okay, you can basically qualify and do a big number and then you can go into the final and technically lose, but if your number is the biggest out of the two people, then you go to Sunday. And I was like,
That's right.
okay, well, so at first
Except
I
for
had to
base
really,
race.
except for base race, yeah.
Right, and
So
Top Dog.
once we kind of got all that cleared, I was like, okay, well, I guess we need to strategize on what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it.
Susie from Canada says her birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday,
Oh,
Susie.
happy early birthday.
Justin says Autorama is greater than Surf. I wouldn't know. I have a little soft spot in Autorama because Autorama's, that's been my show for over 20 years. And Jose's going to bring out the Widow. He said the Widow's going to play at Autorama. That's what they're planning for. Um,
Autorama will be here in no time, bro.
let's see here. Some of the things like that or No Crab versus SoCal. Um, let's see. Yeah, Eric Hansen says he's going to drive out here to Autorama next year. So there you go. You got somebody from Texas
What,
coming.
Eric? Eric. All
Yep.
right, Eric.
He's the one. He's
Hey.
the one that. So he won Top Dog. He's the one that got in a car accident
Yeah.
on the way to Owensboro.
Oh,
Somebody,
he did.
man, like the whole back end of his car was crushed, and I was like, wow. I was like, did it just happen or what? And somebody was like, yeah, it happened on the way here, and I was like, wow.
So
It's a bummer.
I got a thing to tell you too. So Lord of Base Manny in the house. He's checking in. Anyway, so check this out. So let's see if I missed anything. We have driven to every Canadian event this year. We only had one event. This is Susie in our city, but 18,000 kilometers on her vehicle. Don't forget about Pop Dog. Top Dog, I think is what he's talking about. Anyway, so a couple of years ago when we had the World Finals in San Francisco, there was a guy coming on there. Can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's an iron worker guy. Anyway, so he's driving. He's got a Suburban, and he gets sideswiped and rolls his Suburban
Damn.
literally like 3 miles from World Finals. So,
Oh gosh.
yeah. So all that practicing and all that, and he just obviously couldn't make the World Finals. His car was scrapped.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe Mullen popping in there. Susie
What's
said
up, Joe?
thanks. And Jose mentioning Autorama, it's on. I'm just saying, every time those guys have ever competed in Cyclone, Jose and Jose Jr., they've had world records or they set the world record in Cyclone class. So
Right. So we're expecting Jose Ramos or some of Team Fat Boys to be back in DB, baby.
yeah.
What?
So Joe Mullen says he missed you guys, Moses.
Us too, brother.
And Randy says he'll see you guys this weekend.
Oh, what's up, Randy? It's one of our teammates.
Yep, says Space for Base in the house. But like I was saying, Matt, if I would suggest to you a show to come to, I personally would like to see you at Autorama, but if I was to tell anybody to come to the West Coast for any shows, it would be either Autorama or Surf. So.
Okay, well, I'll try to see what I can do this year. I don't know if we could make it work this year, but maybe, in the near future we could do it. Me and a couple teammates have, talked about loading up and trying to go to some shows that we don't normally go to. Like we wanted to kind of maybe drive down to Florida once or twice and do.
Oh yeah, bro, me too.
And but yeah, like I said, I've never even been out west. I'd love to just make a loop. Even if I just drove through Texas, New Mexico, up to California, back through, Montana. Make the whole loop and come all the way back around and have a little road trip. That would be fun.
Yep. Justin, World Finals 2024 in Sacramento, most likely not. If we do have it on the West Coast again, which is a possibility, it will be in Antioch again. 100%. That was a great venue. Everything, the after party, all that stuff worked really well. That was so much better than our Sacramento venue. The indoors, because you never know what the weather is going to be like. Team SD Basehead's in the house. Mario Basehead Perella popping in.
What's up, Mario?
So
see you this weekend, dude.
Oh, Mario's going to be there too, huh?
You better.
Eric says he misses you and Rosa. Rosa says she wants to go to Florida next. Don't tempt him, Rosa. He'll pack that up and he'll be getting in his car ready to go.
Woo, that's my girl, man. She knows. You'll see the white sand or whatever the hell you call it out there.
So no, that's great. I like I said, I always suggest people to come to California, Autorama. I did talk to Dan, Directronix Dan Horner, and he was talking about maybe even coming up for World Finals to the West Coast because they might be a little more herb friendly, and he said it's more his style of World Finals here on the West Coast, where they can camp out and have a good time and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
he'll love it, man.
Most definitely.
Chris Cadell.
Matter of fact, Matt texted his ass to tell him where's he at, man.
Who?
At home, fucking. Dan Horner is always at home watching Doogie Howser or what, man? Get him on here.
Chris Caudell says go see Kurt Nelson on that trip. Matt's version of an after party is him building subs. That comes to the fall.
Hey, or it's not a party.
That was it, man. We didn't stop this weekend. It was nonstop. I mean, we had issue after issue, it seemed like, and we fought through them all. And I was just actually really lucky and fortunate to have enough material to put some subs back together to base race, honestly. So it worked out.
Cool. Susie said it was cold as effing hell in Alberta. Winter coats and everything.
Damn, already?
Yep. Gunny's going for the gold this weekend.
That's right, baby. You
I have
get
no idea
yourself
what that
something.
means.
Sure, it's gonna be rough, man, but we're good.
Adrian says down to pound style. So, so anyway, yeah. So, as far as Directronix goes, you guys had a really good showing as a team, obviously. But you personally, you had a second, and then you won the 49.9, right? So, and that's back-to-back 49.9s for you. I'm really surprised because I would love to see Jimbo go in the 49.9 to throw a little shade your way. You know what I mean?
We didn't think anybody was even going to be running Jimbo. We thought he was just going to win by default. And then finally, when the brackets come up, there was one person in 59.9. And I was like, oh, good. He's at least got somebody to run.
Damn.
Hey, Ricky says Dan can come down and hang with Team Down to Pound.
Hell yeah.
Susie says outdoor venue, we do what we got to do. Yep. So Susie, this is our first time or only our second time being indoors on the West Coast. We found a great price on a venue, so that's the only reason that we had an indoor venue. Rick is saying he would love that. Yes, he would. Like I said, that's the other thing too. So if you were to come to West Coast Finals or even Autorama, come, you'll find out, dude. They'll take care of you. You'll have plenty to eat. You'll have plenty of stuff to do.
Keep hydrated.
Keep you hydrated.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah. Joel wants to know when's the date and where's the venue for the Toys for Tots December. That's going to be at Mello's Auto Repair in Sacramento, and that looks like it's going to be December 10th. I just have to confirm with everybody.
See how my pocket cow goes.
Yep. Jimbo is one of the best base racers on the planet. That's coming from Joe Mullen. So, and I would love to see him jump down to the 49.9 just to have more competition.
Man, he would be a tough competitor. I remember last year, I don't remember how many rounds of Top Dog he went, but I remember his score was like 200,000 or so. I mean, he had like so many points built up, it was unreal.
Let's see here.
Yep, I had fun running with him, dude. That's what I said. The only way to get better is to run with guys that got that shit down right, bro. And he's one of the guys that's got that calibrated down good.
He does. Eric Axe says, "Oh snap! It's Moses in the house."
What's up, Eric?
And Joe Mullen says, "Food is on point for sure. They will show you love, no doubt." Casey Custer, one of the guys that helps me at the shows quite often. Hey, everybody, just popping in right before bowling because he's got bowling tonight at 7. So, Rick, you can watch the fights too if there's any going on that day. That's right. So they'll set up a TV on the side of the RV. It's all, but like I said, the thing about the West Coast is World Finals is serious inside the venue, but it's 100% about having a good time. Not that it isn't on the West Coast. It just has a different feel here than on the East Coast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, let's see here. Emilio Hernandez says, think I want to try base race next year.
That's right.
Hey, there he goes.
Get in there.
Let's see. Cowboy beats Moses all the time. Yeah, that's
Don't say that too loud.
That's another Fresno competitor, Cowboy, FDZ.
Cowboys, stop.
Yep. And I'm surprised, like I said, I would. We actually had quite a
Latino.
few people qualify for World Finals that didn't attend. So we would like to see that increase. Like to show them a reason to have a venue on the West Coast, obviously, right? Team Send It Marcel says, "What's good?"
What up?
Jose says, laughing about Ramos. Looking forward to Tennessee versus Cali again. Come from Chris. Eric Sachs says, Emilio said he was waiting for you. We are going to do a multi-venue. So where are you out of, Matt, specifically?
I'm out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, so do you go and you compete with the Tennessee base racers and all that?
I do. Yeah.
Are you part of that team?
I am. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So did we? Oh yeah, I didn't remember seeing you at the California versus Tennessee versus Texas.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there. I did 29.9 obviously because there was no.
Come on, man. Yeah, you know what? I did recognize you doing that, dude. I was like, man. I was like, maybe he dropped down because I was like, he done fucking took everybody to school at 49.9. So I was like, maybe he's gonna start over again. I was like,
I didn't know there was 49.9 and during that, but in all fairness though, my car was kind of still under construction for finals, so I've got my my hoopty that I drive. It's my son's old car, and I did a little system in it, and it's a pretty sweet little base race car, and it does pretty good. I brought it, and I was gonna 39.9, but man, it will barely 39. So I had to drop down.
Had to be perfect with it, right?
Hey, well, if you do make it down with that Honda, you could tussle with a couple of Hondas out here, bro.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Don Hebig says he just got home from finals. Finals was great. Susie ran her own vehicle twice for the first time in my life this year. It was DB Drag 140.1 was her first. Hey, we all start somewhere, right?
Right. Congratulations.
Emilio, I had a family in town. I was dying. So he was dying, okay. Yeah, Emilio says family first. That's one thing we really do on the West Coast too, which I don't see as much on the East Coast, is we have families that come to the events. Truly do. Like, we have kids and everything. The Tennessee base racers might do that too, right?
Oh yeah. It's really big family oriented. Chris Gregory, he does a great job out here. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't probably have half my points if he wasn't here. So he does a great job with it. Puts on lots of shows, and he gives us ample opportunity to get points. So
yes, he does. I would love to see Chris Gregory. It would warm my heart to see like 6 Tennessee base racers show up to Autorama one year and just put a whooping down.
Dave McKay.
Yeah,
for 5X weekend. You know what I mean?
Have to load up and go then.
I mean, it's a 5X weekend, right? So it's opportunity to get your points. You can do DB Drag, you can do base race, Cyclone, Top Dog, Pank It Out if you're Joel. But
Joel.
Yeah. So you didn't have any Pank It Out guys over there. Moses, what was your thoughts on the Pank It Out over here on the West Coast?
Well, it's the way we're going next year. That's going to be my probably my go-to this year, dude, so I can have music. But man, bro, that thing's crazy. I don't know about but does it include the lights and all that too, or just music?
No. So it's music outside your vehicle.
All right, cool. So the lights don't matter about lights then?
No, it doesn't matter about the lights.
Joe, you can have your lights then. Bro, I like that because you know what I'm saying, it's me, I like to party, but not only that, bro, it's the crystal. You could just hear it crystal clear, and it's. Dude, and it qualifies like a SQ, right? Sound quality, because it's how everything sounds based on, dude, the whole back open. Like the whole hatch, back door, whatever's got to be open.
Right.
6 feet, 7 feet, right? 6 feet?
3 feet. 3 feet from the trailing edge of the vehicle.
There you go, dude. And you're talking, bro. I thought Abel would have got in it, bro. Abel from Cesenarios, or were they from the guy from Mexico?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought those guys would have. I thought those they would have
So
came in and he
so
did that.
so part of at World Finals, Joel had a talk with them, and he's going to go down and attend a couple of their shows and kind of introduce Pankadao out there to Mexico. It's really big in South America. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Chris Caudell says, "Be careful what you wish for, Doug." Hey man, bring it. And Josh Tattoo right behind him says, "Bring it, Tennessee Base Racers."
Yeah.
So
Those guys are good, dude. Trust me.
so Mario Perella says, "Sorry, but what's Pankadao?"
Oh,
So
it's a Spanish dip. Has cilantro, chicken, separated barbecue sauce. So basically, bro, it's just you open the hatch up and it's just all speakers, but you got to open up the back hatch, back window, back door, whatever, and
yep.
everybody puts loudspeakers. I mean, it's not too much bass. It's more of the instant do.
It's what they
You hear
call
all
a
that
stunt
craziness.
wall.
Like like your techno days, Mario. Come on now, baby. Remember? Come on, Mister. Come on. But yeah, but it's cool.
No, it's different, right? And it also it measures all frequencies, so it's not just subs. So it can measure any frequency you want, all the way up to like 3,000 hertz. What about more
That's pretty.
freestyle classes where little guys don't have to compete with the big boys? There is 1K and 5K, Paul. So there is a little freestyle classes, just so you know.
Sure. Mario
Um,
says you do a pocket cow.
uh, he was curious what it was. Tiffany out of
Sound like
Bridgetown,
he's interested.
Barbados says we think Pankadao will do well here also.
Pack it out. Got to get that right. Say it with me, Mario. Pack it out.
All right, and then Joel, that's Joel's specialty. It is.
Is it Joel?
It is. Well, it is. Joel is a really good dude too. I mean, he loves doing the competition. He's always got a smile on his face.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
He's growing on me like a mole. I like that guy.
he says they're going to try Pankadao. Chris Gregory says they're going to try it in Tennessee. Um, Eric Axe says you don't want no smoke in 5K. That's directed right at Paul.
Oh, Paul. Whew.
Yep, Paul says you don't want no smoke at 5K on freestyle. So what are your intentions moving forward, Matt? I mean, why don't you just first off tell us about the build that you used at World Finals real quick?
Same that I've used for the past couple of years, just 215s, trunk car, obviously. This year I wanted to do high power.
Okay.
I just wanted to do something different, so I stepped out of trunk class and went to Pro Stock No Limit. Knowing that a trunk car is not gonna really be able to compete with some of those hatch courses and all that, but I just wanted to do it to do a big number, out of a trunk and show that it could be done. And didn't get to do that because of my equipment, giving me temperamental problems. But it maybe next year I might do it again, but I haven't decided yet. But I think honestly I might get back into trunk for next year and do some low power stuff maybe. I don't know. Mm-hmm. You break a lot of stuff whenever you do high power. It costs a lot of money.
It does. Paul says Wall 5K had to be in Super Street. That is correct, Paul. So there is low power. You just don't qualify for it is all the problem is.
Yeah. Oh, to his defense, I will say this.
Uh-huh.
That van was ready to do a freestyle number. And, I don't know if you saw a picture of the back of his van whenever.
No.
I know Sam Dunn was showing pictures of it and stuff, but he runs Wall 5K on one Sound Digital 20K, but we had 3 Sound Digitals 20Ks in the back of the van. They were all hooked up, just no speaker wires to them. So 6 subs. So when we went to run freestyle, we did 2 subs per amp. So he was ready to let it loose, and we had tested some pretty large numbers, but yeah, it just didn't work out again on his favor, and the same as mine. So we had some bad luck.
Christian Jensen says, "What's up?" Popping in. He was one of the guys over here on the West Coast.
Oh, that's right. What's up, Christian?
So
yeah, he did 1.99 too, right?
He did 49.9 against you.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Let's see. Eric Axe says he's sick as hell. Yeah, Joe Mullen said showing off that excess power.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, there you go, excess power. Hey, you know what? I will say too, sponsors really stepped up this year for World Finals. I mean, look at that poster behind Moses there. I mean, it's got all the sponsors on it. You know, they did a great job in helping support things we like to do. Without them, we aren't there. You know, DTX. Do you actually work for DTX there? No, you're too far away from
No.
DTX.
No, Dan just he really takes care of all of us the best he can, and
Right.
you know, yeah, he's a great dude, and he does an awesome job with that place.
Yeah, I mean he takes care of Moses too, you know, trying to help him out. Let's see, Bradshaw. What's up, fellas? I had to work on my new house, or it's actually his mother's house. Dustin Wright popping
Hello, David.
in. Moises Alejandre, that's Moses or
What up, boy?
Manny's son. So is Chris Gardell the trunk king now? Why would what is he supposed to be the trunk king or what?
Well, he won Trunk 5K this year, so I would say he's got the title right now.
He's currently the title. Did he end up winning the World Finals championship for it too?
He did, yeah.
Oh.
Well, that was again. It was against what's his name? Right, the guy with the Corsa that was there.
Oh yeah, he was going against
Luis.
Our guy Luis.
Yep.
Yeah, which I feel really bad for the guy. He had him beat for sure, and
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, he still had over a DB left in that car. So, but I don't know what happened. I'm checking with a couple of manufacturers to see if the issue is because he was using was it the base Terra or whatever amps, whatever. Anyway, so I'm trying to see if you get backfed into those wires, if it causes them issues. And then because he literally did his run, and then when the timer said 0 on the timer, then it said no power probe.
I saw a video of it, and yeah, it was odd how.
I mean, it was up to 7 seconds after he stopped even running.
Yeah, he was at a 58. The video I saw, he was at a 58, and it stopped, and then the screen went red and said some error message or something. So, yeah, that's really weird.
Yeah. And Chris got a world record, is what he's telling me. Yeah, I was bummed, you know, because like I said, it happened. Like one time it was like 5 seconds after he ran, another time it was 7 seconds. His car wasn't even playing, and then it actually it threw his amps went into protect, and as soon as they went into protect, that's when it triggered the red light. Yeah, which is odd.
Yeah, so. And you know, we didn't really know what was going on. We were trying to run, and you know, Chris was running, and you know, we didn't really know, obviously, because y'all are there, we were here, but yeah, we were trying to figure out what's going on, and whenever you know, we trying to figure out, and Wayne said that I guess him or Jeremy was talking to you and saying that they were having amp difficulties and they wanted to swap amps or something and do a rerun, and I was like, well, you know, I mean, there was people here at our venue at Owensboro that had the same issues, and they really didn't get to stop in the middle and swap amps and do a rerun. So,
Right.
So I was like, well,
that part I agree with.
yeah.
So, but yeah, like I said, something was weird that was going on, and what happened is it did something to my system. Either that did something to my system, or my system was messed up prior. Because after that is when we were having the problems with the 29.9 bass.
Yeah.
So it kept red lighting my my bass racer, saying he didn't even have his car on it. It said he was doing a 130.
Had the ghost racer in there.
Yep. Let's see. Team Send It Marcel popping in. Josh said he's ready for more bass race right now. Julio Chivo popping in. What's up? Enjoyed finals this time since I got to bring my own vehicle. So
soldier right there.
Yeah, he went to World Finals last year in Owensboro and just borrowed Pop Tart's truck. So
that's right. So
yeah.
Oh well.
It was
last year.
Huh?
Whenever they came there, I know when somebody didn't. I think it was Gracie Mullen.
Yeah,
I think
Gracie borrowed a truck when she came out here.
Yeah, she borrowed one out there and ran. So cool shit.
All right. So hey, we're almost to the 1 hour mark. That was pretty quick. It felt like to me today.
You know how we roll, Doug.
All right, Moses, why don't you hit Matt with the question real quick?
So Matt, what is your explanation, dude, of a bass head, man?
Man, I mean, I've been a bass head for a long time. I worked at a install shop for 12 years, and a bass head's just somebody that's just passionate about what they do. They love the scene. People that just like to stand around finals and just watch everything to the end. I mean, go to all the shows.
Guilty.
A bass head, somebody who can't get away from it, man. If I turned the camera over here and you saw my workbenches, I mean, it's just all subs and parts and boxes and all kind of stuff. So I mean, it's just somebody who's just deep into it and passionate, and it's something you can't really quit. It's a good hobby.
Yes, sir.
I've loved it for a long time.
Yep. That's awesome. Dustin Wright says we can base race for cash whenever.
So.
I like base racing for cash.
So at all of my events, we take $5 out of every entry fee for top dog, and it's a winner take all on that too. So
heck yeah.
At Autorama, that's one thing. And not opposed to pass around the hat saying, hey, who wants to jump in base race for cash, right? So the great thing is top dog. Huh? Go ahead.
I was saying when Chris Gregory runs all the cash days down here, it's amazing how many more people show up for money.
We don't get more people for money. I would say. I mean, shoot, I gave away. Well, we had our cash days here, and we only had 3 cars show up. We had Julio, Rosa, and Moses, and that was it.
Oh
wow. Let's see here. Rosa said she's the definition of a bass head.
That's right, woman.
So, hey, so where will people follow you, see how you're doing, and all that kind of stuff? Maybe follow some of your builds, some of your competition.
Where at?
Yeah, where would somebody follow you?
I mean, I'm just on Facebook. That's it, and I don't really do Instagram, TikTok, or none of that other stuff. But I mean, I just I'm always here to help whoever. I'm not gonna give out all my secrets, that's for sure. But whenever somebody needs help, especially somebody even in my class, I've helped out guys, that run trunk class and trunk cars and totem stuff. Mike Jones, he's one of my best buds, and he's a cool dude, and I'd help him build one tomorrow if he wants to get one built. So, I'm always there to kind of lend a hand and some wisdom if I can.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. So if you guys want to get a hold of him, obviously look for him on Facebook. It is Matt. How do you say your last name?
Just like you're hollering at somebody.
Holloran. So anyway, it's in the description of the event, spelled out, so you can look it up if that's what you guys are interested. Moses, what you got going on, brother?
Not much, man. Took the day out tomorrow. Gonna go back to work, but like I said, get ready for next weekend, and then start getting all my winter shit out, dude. This is already starting to get a little nippy. You know what I'm saying? So,
You might have a couple of jackets to keep you warm.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
bro, trust me, dude. Woo. Hey, especially the one we just got recently, bro. That motherfucker was dope.
Yeah.
Man, I thought they were giving him another jacket whenever they brought another one out on the stage, and I was like, oh, they're about to mail this jacket to Moses all the way in California.
We already had it out here. That's what that one's for. And then Julius Mac Johnson got one over there.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he got it for Cyclone. I believe.
Yeah.
Is that the new Letterman jacket that
Yes.
you got,
Dude,
Moses?
it's dope, bro. It brings
Man.
me back to my high school days, baby.
It looks
Yeah.
cool. It looks cool.
Yeah.
A little gutter sticks out, but it's all good. That I can lose that noon before. I gotta lose that for Thanksgiving, bro, dude, because we're gonna eat like love, boy.
So yep. Hey Moses, we're always up for fishing at my house. You know, whenever you're available, obviously.
Sir.
Joel,
This time I'm gonna get you on the air. We're gonna go wait this time, dude. We'll play for
you
something,
don't want to
bro.
go for me for weight.
Hey, you show me how you used to play that bait caster. It's over now, dude.
Yeah, you don't want to go for weight. I ain't looking for no small fish.
Remember you said that.
But anywho, hey, I appreciate you guys coming on. Matt, it was a pleasure talking with you. It was great to hang out with you, sir. Moses, great to see you again, sir, hanging out with you. Oh, by the way, anybody that was at the West Coast finals, if you happen to see who accidentally grabbed my black and red bag, that'd be great. That'd be great to get that worked out. Somebody grabbed my tent bag. I'm sure it was by accident. Just packed it away. It might even have been Justin Hankey because I think we left it there behind his booth. So he might have just thought it was one of his bags that he had and threw it in his car. Anyway, so if you guys happen to see that bag, it just helps protect my tent. So I'd appreciate that if somebody finds it to let me know and get it back to me. So other than that, I appreciate it. Remember, our next show is going to be for the West Coast. We're going to do Toys for Tots. Looks like December 10th at Mello's Auto Repair. So we'd love to have you guys come out. Dude, it's a big show. It's a great time. They have, the raffle alone. I bet you, what do you think, 200 items, Moses, maybe, that we raffled off over there at that thing?
At least, bro. I remember it was going on and on and on and on. And I was like, you guys got that much shit in there? Because, man.
Yep. I bet you it takes us an hour to raffle off everything, hour and a half to raffle off everything. We have so much stuff to raffle off. But ultimately, it goes to a good cause. We get it to some kids at Shriners. We get it to some kids at a battered women's shelter. We get a bunch of cash. So, yeah, appreciate that. Anyway, hey, guys, I want to thank you once again for tuning in to This Week in Car Audio. Jeffrey will be back next week on October. So November, the first week in November, we'll do a rules question. So if you guys want to get your suggestions for rules for next year, that would be the time to do that. I'm going to try and get a few judges on here, and we'll have some discussions, whatnot, about rules. Other than that, I want to thank everybody. I had a great season as far as DB Drag goes. Dude, it was a great culmination, great venue. Everything was good to see. I appreciate Moses stepping in, and Matt, short time, really quick, got you in here, and appreciate you coming on. Hey, great job on the back-to-back 49.9 base race world championships.
Thanks for kicking my ass, Matt.
Oh man, it's not good. And I didn't think it was going to go like that. I thought we was going to have at least 3 ties. You can ask Chris
Um,
Caudell, Paul. I was over there testing for 145, 146, 147. I was ready to go for the random. I didn't even get to go into the randoms. I was like, okay, well, not even for the
Shoot.
final against the Eric guy from Slovenia. So I don't know if he had some issues too or what, but
Huh.
yeah.
I will say, if you guys come to Autorama and you win your class, you'll get the opportunity to try and beat the boss. Just
All right.
saying.
All right.
So, all right,
I
guys.
Hey man, well, heavy love from Kelly, baby. Good talking to you again.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in again this week. We'll see you guys next week at 5:30 California time. Once again, the only time that matters. Thank you for tuning in to This
Right.
Week in Car Audio. We'll see you guys next week. Peace. Be kind to each other. Later.